What's up, everybody? Tony here, and welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews. And the Halloween season has come and gone once again, and we had a great Halloween season. I hope you all had a wonderful Halloween and a fun day all together. And we are back with more game reviews here. Like I said, after the Halloween stream has ended, we're back to making regular game reviews here and stuff, and that's what we're doing here. And I'm sure you noticed we got new shirts and stuff like that here. So this will be one of our new wardrobe looks for as the year goes by and stuff like that and stuff. So we're just to do that there, and we got a lot of goodies on the way. Today I want to talk about the company Quantic Dream. I mean, I'm sure those of you all who play video games know who the company Quantic Dream is. Like, Quantic Dream was basically this company in France who made video games that played like games but felt like movies at the same time. And that's what it was there. Quantic Dream first started off on the Dreamcast and PC with the game The Nomad Soul in 1999, but they didn't become any popular until 2005 with the game Fahrenheit, aka Indigo Prophecy, and ever since then, they've been one of the popular video game companies in my opinion, one of my favorites, definitely. And you're probably wondering, what am I talking about here? Well, for today's episode, we're going to look at some Quantic Dream games, and this will be a 4-part review. This is episode 157, part 1 of 4, and we got a lot to talk about here. For part 1, we're going to look at Fahrenheit, aka Indigo Prophecy, part 2, Heavy Rain, part 3, Beyond Two Souls, and finally, part 4, Detroit Become Human. We got a lot to talk about here, so we'll get started with talking about the game Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit, with its original title. The title was changed because of the documentary Fahrenheit 9/11. They didn't want to offend anybody and stuff, so they changed the name to Indigo Prophecy. This game was released on the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the PC, and it was remastered, for the PlayStation 4 and stuff. So this game was made by Atari, Aspyr, and Quantic Dream. But the PlayStation 2 version is the only version I have. Now, when it comes to games like this, Quantic Dream had the idea to make a video game that felt like a movie, and they succeeded here indefinitely with it, because the game feels like a movie and plays like a game, and overall it's a great package. However, it does have some technical problems there and some gameplay bugs and stuff like that, and problems that we have to talk about there. But we'll talk about that along the way when we talk about the negatives. But right now, let's get started here with the nitty-gritty. The story puts you in control of 4 characters. You have Lucas Kane, Carla Valenti, Tyler Miles, and for small parts of the game you play as Lucas's brother, Marcus Kane. And in the story mainly revolves around Lucas, as it takes place in New York City, and it starts off in Doc's Diner, where we are in the restroom of the diner, where we see a man go into the bathroom and wash his hands, and then we see Lucas come out of the stall, and he looks possessed or something. He looks really possessed, and without warning, hesitant, he stabs the man in the bathroom, stabs him. And he regains his conscience and regains back to normal, and he's like, what have I done? It's like a dream. And now he's got it. Now this is where you control the story. You can control the story in any way you want. You can either like clean up your mess, be ruthless and not care at all, or not leave any evidence. So you can do whatever you want, and that's what you got there for the game and stuff. Definitely, it's a great story and stuff, and it further down the line, it talks about like Mayan oracles, rituals and stuff like that, about what's going on with the murders and stuff, because this happened before. Not only will you play as Lucas, you play as Detective Carla Valenti and Tyler Miles, who are a part of the New York Police Department, who are trying to solve the mystery on who's behind the murders and stuff. And then for small parts, you play as Lucas Kane's brother, Marcus Kane, who's a priest, who thinks he's gone insane and doesn't know what to do because he's a priest. He doesn't want to betray the church or whatever stuff by protecting him or so. And you take control of these characters, solve puzzles, and they branch the story out further down along the way. I like playing as all the characters equally, because they all have their good moments and bad moments there and stuff. And so whatever character you play as, it'll be fun to do. Cause there are certain parts in the game where you will let you choose which sequence you want to play first. I usually choose it from left to right. So usually I'll play Lucas's first, and then Carla's, and then Tyler's, and then stuff like that. And we also have Tyler Miles, like I mentioned, who is also Carla's partner. Tyler is married to a woman named Sam, who worries about him and stuff, and worries about him getting killed and stuff because on the force, and she wants to live a normal life. And of course, with Carla, she gets very nervous and tense and has anxiety being in tight space and stuff. But I spoiled the story enough for you. The story has a lot of plot twists and turns, and it's a story that'll keep you on your feet definitely. And it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the game is the story. It feels like a movie, and it plays like a movie, and it feels like you're watching a blockbuster action horror movie, and it definitely fits you there really well. For the game's presentation is either a hit or miss. It's good and bad. The graphics really haven't aged that well. Even for the PlayStation 4 remastered, the graphics don't really look that great and stuff like that. I mean, like, even for its time when it came out in 2005, the graphics were not really good. I only played the PlayStation 2 version, but I'll tell you from my experience there. The character models, while they do look good, they barely have any facial animations in them at all. Like, there's no facial changes or facial expressions at all in the characters. The backgrounds do look nice, although the lighting can be a little bit dark. But especially the PlayStation 2 version, the frame rate is not 100% stable at all. There are times where, like, it'll lag a lot, like when you're outside, it's snowing and stuff like that, it'll lag a lot, the frame rate will chug, and even in the indoor areas where it's not much going on, the frame rate isn't all the best there, and the graphics are definitely one of the weakest parts of Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy, and I feel like the graphics could have been better. I mean, the PC version does have better graphics on. I don't know what the Xbox version is like, but still, the graphics aren't really the best at all, and the graphics could have been better. For a game 2005, this could have been better.
He looks homeless.
For sound is also good, but I do have a couple complaints with it. The voice acting is good for the most part. I like the voice acting, it's good, but you can tell that a lot of these characters are voiced by the same male actor or the same female actress. I mean, it's obvious from the get-go. I mean, Lucas Kane and Tyler Miles are voiced by the same actor, along with he also voices Marcus Kane too. And I understand that these guys have voice talent and stuff, but the thing is, like, you can clearly tell that it's the same voice actor when most of the secondary characters and the background characters sound the same as one another, and it makes you wish they could have got more actors and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying the voice acting is bad or anything. The voice acting is good. I just wish that they could have hired some more actors and stuff, because you can tell that almost all the characters sound alike and stuff, and you can clearly tell. Definitely is what I'm trying to say there. The music is good, though. I love the music. I mean, it got licensed tracks by Theory of a Dead Man, from that band from Canada, and this game introduced me to Theory of a Dead Man, definitely. Though it also have other songs, but like Love TKO, Sandpaper Kiss. It's just got a lot of those 60s, 70s funk, jazzy tune stuff too. And of course, got the songs by Theory of a Dead Man, like No Way Out, Santa Monica, Say Goodbye, No Surprise, which are some of my favorite songs ever in the game, and let alone outside of the game too and stuff. It's what it is. And like, of course, like the other sounds, like the instrumental, the orchestral sounds, like the music, they sound good too. The other sound effects sound good, but like they're not very much to explain about, because like they're just sound effects of you walking around and picking up something off a counter and stuff. So sound is good. Just wish that the voice acting could have been just a little bit better. Is what I'm trying to say there. Now we're getting into the meat of this review, the gameplay. And the gameplay, it's definitely one of those games where it feels more like you're watching a movie, because like you walk and do something, and every 5 seconds you have a cutscene or so, and it feels like a movie, especially like with the camera angle stuff like that. It's like it was one of the very first games that it felt like you were watching a movie, and Quantic Dream definitely pulls this stuff off really well, where it feels like you are watching a movie, and it definitely does that there. But for as a game, it's also fun. I mean, it's also fun too. It's like you're basically going around looking for items, solving QuickTime events. It's one of the first games I played that QuickTime events on the PS2, where you like had to use the 2 analog sticks in any direction to like move out of the way, or like the toughest one, pressing the L1 arm button repeatedly over and over again, which can hurt your thumbs and fingers. You'll give your thumbs a work. It's like what David Cage says in the training level too. And that's basically what it is there. I mean, it's more about the story and stuff than it is with the gameplay. But the gameplay works in its own ways, because you're trying to solve the mystery stuff. You're trying to find out what's going on and everything. And if you fail at parts of that, you will have to continue. You have to start over the last save and stuff like. But most of the time, your actions affect the story. Like I said before, you could be someone who just doesn't leave any evidence behind at all, or you can leave someone be someone who leaves evidence or so. You can be whatever you want. I mean, for the most part, you are in control of this game. You're in control of the story, and it changes the movie along the way. And you have dialogue options too by pressing any direction on the right analog stick, and it does change the game too and stuff. Like on the bottom right of the screen, you'll notice that your character's feeling meter go up or down depending on how stressed you are. For neutral's the highest, dead being like the lowest or so. And if you mess up too many times, you won't be able to take it anymore, and you'll just like turn yourself into the police or whatever. So but you need to take care of your character because certain choices you make will affect your character's performance and stuff like that and stuff, and it can go up or down by so, but just be careful. You mess up too many times, yep, you might as well just restart from the save point and stuff. And of course, like I'll talk about that later, but now we gotta get into the negatives here. First off, the game's controls are not the best. Using the D-pad is pretty much almost impossible because like it's very hard to play this game using the D-pad, and like when you move around stuff like that, the controls just feel very stiff and weighted to them. Like it feels like you're trying to control an 18-wheeler semi-truck instead of like controlling a person, and the controls are just not very good in my opinion and stuff. There are also a couple times where the game will freeze on you for like about 10-20 seconds or so for it to load. Sometimes it will freeze play, we have to reboot the game and stuff, but this happens rarely. But yeah, like the controls are just not the best there. I mean, it's easier to use the analog stick. This comes some prefer using the D-pad more, but like using the analog stick is definitely much better because the D-pad is just pretty much impossible because of how the character moves and stuff like that. But that's just me though and stuff, definitely. But that's just me. But like, aside from that though, like of course, like the game is not very long. It's like a movie that you can finish in about like 6 or 8 hours or so. Maybe plus if you want to get some more secrets there and stuff, and then you have 3 endings you can get, which I'm not gonna spoil the endings there. I don't want to spoil much of the story because if I keep going, I'm just gonna like be going all over the place and stuff. And aside from that though, there really isn't much else to say about this game. I mean, Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy was definitely a new thing for its time for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and more, and it showed that like that there were more games to come from Quantic Dream, and Quantic Dream was just basically at the state of their popularity starting up there, and that's what it was there. So bottom line is, if you like games like this and if you want to play a game that feels like a movie and plays like a game and has a good storyline, this is your way to go definitely, and I definitely really recommend it to people who like these type of games. Just be warned though, they got some of the problems there with the game, so like I mentioned with the graphics, the sound, and some of the controls and stuff. But believe me when I say it, the game is definitely will own your collection, and David Cage, I can't thank you enough for making a great game for us to just introduce me to your company, and I was looking forward to what you guys would have in the future, and you guys are one of my favorite companies of all time, so David Cage, thank you for making this successful game. Due to the complaints I have with Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy, I gotta take some points off here, but in 8 out of 10, it's the best score I can give Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. It's the best score to give it, it's definitely really worth owning. Aside from this problem, it's still a great game overall. And that's it for episode 157, part 1 of 4. Next up, we're going to go ahead to the year 2010, as we mark the PlayStation 3's appearance of the first Quantic Dream game, where we look at Heavy Rain. And I know a lot of people know about this game, but since the last time that it's Quantic Dream, I like the company we're going to talk about next, and how does Heavy Rain go compared to its predecessor? Well, find out next, which is all I gotta say. If you like what you see here, subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Don't forget to join my Discord group, TTBurger. There's also looking for more people to join, so hit that link. It's a permanent net link in the description below. Which all I gotta say is it's Tony. Peace out, have a good day, and see you all in episode 157, part 2 of 4.